I'll think
Get
about
the
it.
hell out. Oh, no, I gotta stick around, I gotta protect my house.
We're on YouTube now.
Oops.
Just let me know.
What's going on?
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, you have been known to say some unfortunate things.
Do the best I can.
What? How can you say that? That's not true, is it, Jack?
I definitely say it's not true.
He just wants to get his budget approved.
Where's Jesse?
I don't know, I did not hear from him, so.
Is that your stuff?
No, that's Nicole's.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he didn't realize,
6 o'clock, let's
Call to order, Finance Committee of the Whole meeting, September 30th, 2024, 6 PM. Take roll.
Alderperson DeBaker,
Here.
Alderperson Smith,
Here. Oops.
Alderperson Schmidt,
Here.
Alderperson Newman,
Here.
Alderperson Olson,
Here.
and Alderperson Lead now is not here. We do have a quorum.
Number 2, pledge of allegiance. Can we stand for pledge of allegiance?
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. On to item number 3, approval of the minutes for the September 23rd, 2024 Finance Committee of the Whole meeting. Motion?
I will make that motion.
Second.
First by Olson, second by DeBaker. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. Citizens' comments? Any of those right now? Looking around the gallery, nothing for the citizen comments. On to number 5, discuss with possible action. 5A, review of proposed 2025 Parks and Rec Department budget. Come on up.
So I ain't got much of mine personally. We just did a lot of combining of lines, so makes it a lot simpler for all of us down at City Hall. Really, one of the bigger ones, I guess you could say, is our boards committee. We bumped that up to $1,000. Other than that, after combining everything, our supplies budget is now at $11,500, and our maintenance budget, which includes it'd be our building and then maintenance for grounds and then equipment, and we bumped that up to $62,000 after combining all other line items that would go under that category. Other than that, there wasn't really too many increases or too many decreases. Pretty much the same for the most part for the budget wise.
Any questions from council at all? Or Stephanie, would you like to add anything
Nope, this was one of the easier budgets.
for the Parks and Rec budget? We still got that parks. No, we still can put stuff in the parking lot if you want to do that. What I was talking about is our survey that we did. We got that money in the budget, right? That was like 36
Parks
from
and
last year.
Space plan,
Yeah.
the corp, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
that was it from last year.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yep.
It all comes to a blur sometimes, so you're at budget time, you're like, oh, did that, yeah, that did. So that was for our survey to continue on to also get money for our 5-year plan, right? So we can ask for funds and get financing on something.
Yep.
All right. Any questions at all on the park budget? If not, I would need a motion to carry it on to council.
Is the senior center part of the Parks and Rec budget?
It's on our line items, yeah.
Looks like they pretty much backed out of pretty much everything.
Well, there's never really much there, but we combined a couple things. Other than that, we had like a building one, we had maintenance, and we had the equipment one. We just combined all 3 of them, or however many it was, to make it seem smaller and easier for all of us.
They're still serving meals there?
Yep, every day.
Move, we send it on to council.
I'll second that.
So there's a motion, Mr. Mike Schmidt for the first, second by Bob Smith. Correct?
Right.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, that's gonna go on to council. Thank you, gentlemen. Lady. 5B, review of proposed 2025 Department of Works budget.
Good evening.
Mr. Herstein.
My budget's fairly similar to Jacob's. We went down percentage from last year, which is a good thing, and it's a lot of hard work by a lot of people. And I'm doing thanks to the ladies of City Hall for everything they've done, making our jobs a little easier with line items and so on and so forth. There's gonna be one that jumps out at you, probably the one where it's blacktop and gravel. That was added in there due to the simple fact that we are meeting tomorrow night, or I should say later tomorrow afternoon, with a new company that is gonna give us some pricing on a little different type of resurfacing for our roads. And I'm hoping we can get a lot more done at a little cheaper than, grinding and redoing it. So we'll know more after tomorrow night. Let's put it that way. But they've done it in Theresa, they've done it in Eustisburg, they've done it on some of the county roads, and I've seen it, and I'm impressed with it. So we'll see what happens. I think we can cover a lot more ground with these guys for, a little less money, so.
So this is not the old, dump it in the truck, grind it back up?
No,
So you have to remember with this product, it's more ideal for your roads that are rated like a 6 or 7. It'll
right.
extend the life of your road. It's not intended for your roads that are rated 1 to 4, which we currently have on our CIP to do the,
We still
construction of.
want to do the 4s and the 5s with a total, we want to grind them and do
Okay.
them. But
But
this is
these are just more like a resurfacing
these are more like a resurfacing.
than sealing, okay?
Right. If you ever look at the product we put down about, oh boy, it had to be 10, 12 years ago on Walnut Street.
That was more like a slurry.
Yeah, it's
This
like
is
a
a much
slurry.
better product.
We went right down the center of the road.
Yeah.
And that thing's been there for at least 10 years or 12 years probably. So this is kind of the same product.
It fills the cracks in so the water doesn't get in, break them up.
Yeah, it makes it a smoother road.
But so this budget isn't quite ready then? You want,
No, that's included
No,
in
that's
there.
included.
okay.
Just a little,
Yeah, it's just a little, it stands out a little bit because we never,
Talk about
we pretty much added that, so. Other than that, I'm very fortunate that we have our maintenance budget up to where it needs to be for our equipment. We haven't touched that, and the other big item for us is our salt. That went up, I did write this down, that actually went up, like $3.31 a ton again, so as long as we don't touch that.
How much was it again?
Right now, it was 82.83 per ton, and it went up to 86.14 per ton. Yeah, it's every year. It's not gonna change, but, we're in okay shape with that. As long as we can keep our salt at 1,000 ton a year, we might, knock on wood, we haven't had terrible winters, so.
right.
But right now, we're okay. We should be fine for this winter.
You said maintenance was down on trucks, right? Plow trucks and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we spend enough.
Right, but it's
But
not like it
we didn't have any
major.
major like we had in the past. Yeah, I should.
No, I
It
just
is
want to
only
bring it up. I want to bring it up. Oh, wait, that's right.
Yeah, we did lose, I should let you guys in on this, Lakeside, where we take our trucks, is not, they're not gonna redo their lease. So I talked to Doug Pesh today, and he said they will definitely take care of us if it's a matter of them sending a guy out or bringing us a car and we take a truck down more toward the Milwaukee area. But yeah, this was nice because it was just outside of Allington, but they really do want to keep keep us with them.
Service.
And they're very good. They really do like them, but we'll see where that goes. But
Your loaders and the Rams and all that is all in good shape?
Yep, our loader's new, our one is new, and our John Deere's in really good shape, so,
Good to hear.
yeah, so I don't know if you guys see anything else there that you have any questions on?
You said that, that new system you're talking tomorrow with those folks, that's in that line item, is that 60,000 for
Yes.
blacktop and gravel?
Yes.
Yeah.
And now you'll think that'll cover it no matter what comes out of that meeting?
Well, it'll cover a portion, I'm hoping. I honestly don't know until we talk to these guys, but. I
It's
think-
not worth leaving the budget open for that? You don't think, Stephanie?
What's that?
It's not worth tabling that portion or holding that portion
No.
over, or?
For what? I wasn't.
Are you
The
thinking,
grinding, no, the grinding that was sticking out, because it would stick out, because we had an extra $50,000 that's on that budget now.
we'll still be doing that portion. We'll
Right.
still be getting Northeast or whoever takes the lowest bid.
Right.
But Bob, do you want to add more to that? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was wondering if,
He's like.
you said if you're meeting with the guy, and so, but we can use the number you have.
Right,
Either
and
way.
then we're gonna see how much we can get done with the amount we put in the
Right.
budget. If it turns out that he needs the money for something else, we just won't get that much done on that
Right.
budgeted item.
All right, I was trying to see if there's any reason to put any of this in the parking lot, but I don't guess there is there?
I don't think there is. I
No.
think this is a very
No.
good budget, and we have vendors to work with. We have a nice budget amount that we'll see how much we can get done, and then we don't wanna do a whole lot of roads. We wanna just do some and see how it works out for us, and then maybe next year we'll do additional miles of roads. with
Make
it.
a motion to send it on to the council.
After this question, our storm sewers, went down drastically.
It's in the CIP. I'm
Okay.
not sure why the mayor moved it from the budget and put it into the CIP as every year, a certain amount. I believe he's got it in there, 20,000 each year.
Yeah, because we got hammered on, didn't we? You were saying the catch basins were.
We had a lot of them last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, there was a lot.
So we want to get a little proactive with that and just do a
Right.
dollar amount every year.
And it's probably good to do that, honestly, if we have culverts under roads. I mean, we do have culverts under roads. If something ever would happen, we should have enough money in there that hopefully covers stuff like
That answer?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Questions? Thank you.
I made a motion.
Bob Smith, it was first motion,
Second.
second, Mr. Schmidt. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thanks, Mr. Hurst.
that. Thank you.
Good to see you. 5C, review and post 2025 Tag Center budget.
Yep, Tag and Recreation,
Tag and rec.
Tag and Rec. So,
Mr. Wild.
yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, well, they made it through 3 minutes and 8 minutes. I don't think this one's gonna quite be as quick, but,
We're okay.
we'll make it, yeah, if anybody needs to stop and take a break or get something to drink, let me
We're
know.
good.
But anyway, so, just kind of going over a quick little bit, I know Jack said the same thing, but, Nicole and Stephanie put in a ton of hours for this budget. This was a tough one. Mike Kurtz came in, he helped out with his knowledge he had before, and this is, so there's a lot of hours put into this budget, going through with a fine tooth comb. And I think we have a pretty nice budget set up here. So as of a few months ago, we gave, well, first we needed to have the Tag Center fully staffed. Then to get people to come in there, we increased wages to where people wanted to come out there and work, and we keep fully staffed. With that, the wages went way up. If you look at all the wages in aquatics, fitness did not, customer memberships, or not membership, but customers, aquatics, fitness, customer, building maintenance, everything like that, wages went way up. But we also noticed that in 2024, the revenues have gone up and have been very strong. So we went off of the revenues for this year to put the revenues for next year, which those did really well. We did have a 10%, we're running a 10% membership increase. That helps out, that's about $36,000. That will, if everything stays the same, remember when you're talking the Tag Center, this is all speculation, meaning that You have something happen where memberships drop, you have something good that where we increase revenue, find some other stuff, things can get better, can get a little bit worse, but, we feel where it's at right now is very good and sound. So once again, like I said, I think with the revenues, the biggest part that we changed was the programming. I think we were aggressive with the programming, but the last year to 2 years, there has not been a lot of programming going on out there, and we've got some good programming going on that will bring in a lot more revenue. I hope that we end up that much, but we're gonna work hard at it and try to get that revenues up there. One other thing that we are doing is, didn't have a chance in this budget here, is we get Scott Colensberger, maintenance director out there, and I went through and put together a list of all our contracted services that are yearly contracted services, which is quite a list for the Take Center. And we are going through, we're gonna be rebidding those all with trying to find possibly other people, other contractors. And so I think there's gonna be some savings there as the year goes on. That we find stuff. Another part of savings to make up, so what we did is with that, the staffing and the wages going up quite a bit, we needed some savings, and one of the ways that we did say a bunch of savings is the pool schedule for next summer. So we went through it and the pool in the summer, there's definitely people that use it, but there is not a lot of people that use it. Not like the outdoor pool in Horicon, obviously either rain day or bad day or cold stretch or something like that. It's more busy, but we're gonna go instead of 5 open swims, 1 a day, Monday through Friday. We're gonna actually move it to Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sorry. Tuesday, Thursday are not gonna have any open swims. There'll still be the lap swimming in the morning. There'll still be the interactive at noon. But just the open swim on Tuesday, Thursday will not be there. And the Monday, Wednesday, Friday ones will be a little bit later in the afternoon, where parents can bring their kids down, parents can bring stuff down. The Horicon pool won't be open anymore. So trying some different things to bring more people in, and having Wednesday night be some theme days. We ran that this year; those were successful. And then Friday night doing family swim night, where it's a little bit more reasonable, just to get more people in for and this is all summer. Winter's a different ballgame because of because of just the weather and everything, when people are looking to be inside. But anyways, so that's one of the ways we're looking at saving. As of right now, with this budget that we all put together here, the $165,000 that was levied from the city is where we're gonna be at. We're not requesting anything more from that, which I think is absolutely amazing from where we started out when we first had the numbers and all that. So that's very, that was really, I think that's great. Fund 85, which was our rec fund that just ran our rec programming, we switched that over. So there used to be Take Center Recreation, and then there was City Recreation. We put that all together. Nicole combined that all together, and everything is being run through the Take Center now. So all recreation is being run through the Take Center. So the Fund 85, what Fund 85 was years ago, Mike Kurtz, from Mike Kurtz, he said that they put that in. It used to be years and years ago that the rec department got money just to run programming, whether they made money or not. They had it, so after we got into some trouble a bunch of years back, they opened up Fund 85, so everything that ran in the city had to be run at either break even or make money. That's what Fund 85 was. So Fund 85 is not there anymore. It was combined into Fund 64, which is your Take Center. Now it's Take Center Rec, but that's all recreation in the city of Mayville.
Makes sense.
Yep. So, I mean, if there's anything you guys want to go through, you see this here. We have a lot of line items that change, a lot of line items that are different than where they were, tweaked up, tweaked down a little bit, to where we think they're gonna be at. The full budget for the whole Take Center for the whole year is going to be at, just a little bit over $1 million. But that includes some facility needs that actually Stephanie's been working really hard with the Bachler Foundation and kind of working that forward. So that includes those numbers in there also. But if that's money that we spend on something, then the revenues on the other side offset it. So
Are you still offering the taxpayer tickets for,
Yeah, so, that is, we're looking at, yeah, so you're saying as far as getting the four free passes or
Yeah.
whatever? Yep, that still is going out. We're looking at maybe changing it a little bit to a different type of format, but definitely getting something when the taxes come out or, that they still do get something.
So it's gonna be per visit up to 4 punches.
per visit up to
4 punches per visit. So you're gonna get 1 free visit and up to 4 punches on that
Yep.
visit. Instead of people handing it off to everybody else and you using it numerous days and.
Okay, well, that came about because the Tag Center runs, I don't want to call it a deficit, but it runs, it used to run with 115, then 125, and then last, I think, 2 years ago, was $135,000 taxpayer participation past the foundation and revenues. Now what is it gonna be? Up to 165, I think?
Yeah, last year was 165, and then this year again, 2023 was 110. It's been fluctuating, because we went back, we were trying to find some information on some of the stuff that was offered out there, and I went back to 2010 or 2011, at that time it was at 143, and then it went down, then it went back up, and then it went down a little bit, so it's been fluctuating for that whole,
We tried to keep it in the 125, 135 area, but what is it?
165, if you're talking about
Yeah.
what the levy contribution towards
Yeah,
this
right.
budget.
and that comes up to 16% of the whole budget for the whole thing.
Just to give you some background, Tag Center is ran like an enterprise fund, whereas it's like, you run it like a business. So the tax levy that's contributed towards this business is 165,000 because they can generate revenue, and the revenues that they generate either through the grants or through memberships, that's the revenue source compared to their expenditures. And they can have retained earnings, they can make a profit, and unfortunately, the last couple of years, it's been a deficit that they've had. Last year was around $200,000. This year, we checked his budget, 83% of the years past, he has expended 82% of his budget. So he is right on. So we're really glad to see that. I'm hoping this year that we can just break even, flush, and then next year, I think John's got some great ideas going. We really put together a good budget here. And it is contributing $165,000 in taxpayer money towards the Tag Center, but I think we're moving in a positive direction. We've got our finances together, and so what'll happen now with the subsidy, if you're aware of, whenever there's a membership of a citizen of Mayville resident or of the school district, 20% of that is matched by the Bachhuer Foundation. So this year, at the end of 2024, we will know exactly what that subsidy is. We're going to calculate it, and then we will forward that on to the Bachhuer Foundation so that they know exactly how much subsidy should be contributed. Instead of, they always would pay $50,000 and then we would draw down on that money. So it made it very hard for the city to account for it at times with the turnover that we have. So now we're going to give them actual numbers. And so we're really confident. I mean, this year, I think we put 50,000 in. We didn't go in and really calculate that out. We could have put a more accurate number in there, but we'll have much better numbers
They'll be very happy
going
with
forward for 2024 with the current 165,000 contributing from the taxpayers into $1 million budget. So
Do we have to do anything special to handle the deficit from last year?
we do not. That currently, I mean, we've had internal borrowing from the general fund to the Tag Center to cover that deficit. So currently it's around $500,000 is a deficit. But we can, I mean, it's an internal borrowing from the general fund.
Keep that from happening
We're
again, right?
We're keeping track of it, and hopefully, if we can be flushed this year, and next year maybe we can generate a little bit of revenue, that'll pay down that deficit.
Okay. So we're carrying it on the books?
Yes, we're carrying it on the books.
We aren't borrowing to cover it?
No,
Okay.
but it does bring down your general fund, which was at
Right.
1.8 million, and that
also-
is restricted money.
It also
When
brings
you look
down
at your audit numbers.
brings down the equation between our funds in available funds as opposed to,
Right, restricted,
right?
absolutely.
Well, we have to keep an eye on it. Remember, that's why we had a 9-year plan, because it crept up
Absolutely.
without anybody watching then to 2.4 million.
And we have some endowment funds we had out there, so we're using those to pay off some of our big expenses that everybody voted on. And then after that, most of that is gonna be used to pay off the deficit that we have out there right now. So
So
we'll
you
those
think-
back out on, but
You think we have a handle on it?
I think we have a handle on it, because as you said, them funds, them endowment funds, we spent them 3 times. We
Yeah, I
never
know.
transferred the money out.
Yeah.
So now the money is transferred out, I mean, I think we have a much better picture of where we're sitting. And we're not spending money that we spent already.
I'm glad somebody
We're getting to the bottom of it.
cleaned it all up again.
Well, we're gonna see by the end of the year, right now, his budget looks
You
good.
know, I hope
I mean,
it works out, because we went through this 8 years ago, or 9 years ago.
We did.
well, let me tell you, there's a lot. I don't have no idea what the other departments had for hours and all that.
But John,
There's
it's-
a lot of
Okay.
hours and time and back and forth and bounces idea off the wall and to come up with this budget plan that you guys are looking at right now. I mean, it is a ton of hours.
I'm more confident with John.
and he's on, and he just started in May, so.
I know, but John is the kind of guy who, he solves problems.
I live with an accountant, so if I need to
I
bounce
know.
numbers, she's, oh my gosh, yes.
He's a
let's
friend
talk
of mine,
about
I
it.
you have my sympathy.
But they've been great down here helping, like they say, you can't say enough about what they're doing down here, helping out and working on it down here. I mean, it's a team working on this to make this stuff all happen.
You got the lifeguard thing handled, you think?
We do, yep, yeah, we always have little burps here and there because there are a lot of high school kids in there, but nothing where, we can't take care of. We have not had to shut the pool down at all, over the last, since beginning before summer, so, because of any reason like that, so I feel very comfortable with that. But that number also went up quite a bit to staff it, to give them the right amount of money to make them stay there. But I think we covered that.
But in return, the revenue portion, aquatics, this section, we're banking that, not as conservative as usual. We're expecting to have more revenues off of our aquatics.
Well, I extend my compliments to you too for that. Because it takes not just, and I just hope this is a thing, we have to have it. We have to find a way to keep it in the, at least
That's why I think we got the right people in place too. We had Mike Kurtz come on board and he's got multiple years of experience.
Oh, absolutely, and except too, I mentioned him before too, he's part of the team that
And you
helped
have,
out this too.
And just Stephanie and just the whole city structures where it needs to be.
I feel really good about it. I've been in the city a long time. and
Well, those were things
I feel
that were
really good
kept
right now.
undercover, and that's how the problems
Well,
kept
but that's why we're here
creeping
now.
up. So now,
That's why we're
one last question, John, maybe
sitting,
out of the
where we're
other.
sitting.
Yep, absolutely.
There are 2 parking lots, they look like has there been any resurfacing scheduled for the lower one,
No, so the not resurfacing, all it's been doing is getting,
crack filled?
yeah, it's been getting, like the tarring and then, the coating over the top, like that part of it. The bottom parking lot, there's one area there that must have an active spring in there, and there's always water running right through the storm sewer there, so I think that part down there is gonna always have issues. But it is in the, I guess the plan we put together in the next few years, 2 or 3 years out it is. Have to be addressed, but as of right now, we have, a few, the building's getting old, we had to keep all the water outside the building first. And then, we got a plan of what we need to work on first and next, and then we need to have some things fall into place with, different organizations and different things to make this really happen and really go well. But I feel really good that right people are in place, talking to the right people, so.
Thanks.
Thanks, John. Anything else? Anyone else? Questions? My question, lady? None? All right.
Not this time.
She's lucky enough, she gets to see all this stuff every other time a month, so she's all put this to be on the park board,
I appreciate all your work.
so.
Thank you, Don.
All right, no, that's.
It's nice walking in here with a low blood pressure and walking out with low blood pressure.
Any motions to move the take center budget onto council?
So,
Mr. Schmidt for first,
That's right. I'll second it.
Mr. Smith. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Number 6.
So move.
You earned that, right?
Mr.
I'll
Schmidt
second.
and Olson for adjournment. And we are adjourned at 6:29. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Let me know when the TV's on.
Will do.